2075. Hello, my name is Miles Piontek. I graduated from Brophy College Preparatory in 2027. I am 68 years old. I have lived through many joys and doubts. Now today I would like to travel back in time and look at 3 moments when God's grace has helped me live a little braver and become more Christ-like through the sacraments. My goal is that by the end of this, the class of 2075 will learn that grace from God is real, strong, and can change everything for the better. The first time I felt truly lost was my freshman year of college. College was overbearing. I was an out-of-state student. Around me were peers that already seemed like they had everything sorted. I really wanted to become one of them. Therefore, I would give up on who I really was just to fit in. If I can recall, one late night I felt especially lonely. I was sitting in my dorm whilst listening to laughter and talking from a party down the hall that I was not invited to. Then I thought, God, why can't I figure myself out? From this, I thought about when I was baptized. I finally realized that my identity has already been set in stone with Jesus. This means I did not need to try and fit in because I was already part of my church community and to Jesus. This realization fixed my feelings of being lost and detachment from myself. It gave me the confidence to finish my college career by surrounding myself with people who like me for who I actually was. The main lesson I want to give you from graduating Caesars from this experience is that you do not need to restart your identity. You already have God and your name. My brother and I stopped talking to each other after a terrible argument. The argument sprouted from something insignificant, but our personalities took over, and it became something much larger. When family get-togethers would happen, our silence grew. After I had attended a Sunday Mass, I would meet with a priest for reconciliation. It's more of a habit than meaningful. But this time the priest asked me that's something that stuck. Is there someone you're afraid to forgive? Then I cried in front of the priest and said that I missed my brother and I wanted forgiveness from him. The grace from the sacrament of reconciliation that I needed was to reconcile with others. It was a step I needed to take to restore my relationship with my brother. Later on, I gave my brother a phone call. I did not make anything worse. All I said was, I love you and I miss you, and he responded, me too. Without the grace of reconciling with others, I do not believe me and my brother would have reconnected. My lesson to you seniors from my second memory is do not let silence destroy a relationship and say what you say when you still can. Right around the midpoint of my life, my marriage experienced a challenge. All marriages are not perfect dates and no arguments. My wife was going through something that I couldn't comprehend. She entered a state of depression in her mid-40s. She stopped smiling. She stopped talking, and this hurt me as much as it hurt her. I felt completely disconnected and helpless. Again, I went to God and the graces I have received from the sacraments. I thought of the graces of matrimony with my wife. Not only did I recite my vows to my wife, I also became one person with her in the eyes of God. Once I remembered that we are one, I went home and went straight to her and gave her all my love. I stayed with her through the worst times. Eventually, our marriage started to build back up again. I still remember the first time she smiled since she entered her state of depression. It was when I came home with flowers. The grace of me and my wife is being one jump started my emotions toward her and made me realize that my wife is my vocation in life. My lesson to you men and women is that love is not always just about you, but you have to take into consideration your partner's feelings. Also stay when it's tough. You overcome that, you will succeed. In life, your faith should be your priority. You do not need to wait for a miracle to start your faith. The graces you receive from the sacraments are the most important things to overcome the biggest difficulties in your life. Let your graces pave the way and shape your future, because when it matters the most, you will be proud of the moments you chose to be like Jesus through the sacraments.